Thanks everyone for joining us. We tried to do this via Instagram Live and it just wouldn't work for us. So now we had to go to the best secondary source, Zoom, which sucks because none of you can comment live. So you just have to deal with what we deal with.
I hope somebody random just jumps in and starts commenting like they've done on other Zoom meetings. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, that would be, you know, at least be interactive, you know. But we're doing the Utah Tasteoff today, dessert bar edition. And we both have 6 random different desserts from different areas through the Wasatch Front. And we're going to try them and see which ones are the best. So we're excited.
So this Tuesday, it's the dessert bars, whereas they've done donuts and they've done cinnamon rolls, a few others in the past, but these are dessert bars. A lot of variety. I think that's the difference in this one compared to others. I feel like it is such a big variety compared to donuts, let's say.
Oh, totally. And if people don't know what the Utah Tasteoff is, it's basically just a fun event that these people put on. Christy and Lacey, they're amazing ladies, and they put these on, and they basically host these events with different types of food, but they're all similar. So the first one they did was chocolate chip cookies, and then the next one was donuts, and then the next one was sugar cookies. You know, they try to, you know, have everything compete equally. So it's kind of fun event.
Yeah, they do. So this one.
Oh, thanks. That's good.
There's 6 of them on there. Kneaders, Sweet Tooth, Great Harvest, Schmidt's Bakery, Backdoor Bakery, and Brownies Brownies Brownies. Those are the 6 that we're going to be trying today. So, do you want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah. Let me got our scorecards. You might have a better score than I did because I printed mine off the internet. But basically, we're going to rate these. Oh, yeah, I got the same one. We're going to rate these on 3 different things, and you tally them up. So on taste, texture, and appearance. So we're going to rumble. This is what we do for a living. Okay.
All right, Steve, you go first.
Okay.
Which one are you eating?
I guess it is, and we know what these are this time around. Usually in the Utah Tasteoff, you don't know, but your layout says that this is Kneaders.
I think that's the Schmidt's s'mores brownie, right?
This one?
Is that the cream cheese brownie? Okay.
No, I think this is Kneaders.
Okay, cream cheese brownie.
Okay, there we go.
So, appearance-wise, when it says cream cheese, I was expecting it to have a little bit more white cream cheese.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
totally.
obviously, it's what's on the inside that is probably the cream cheese portion, not necessarily like a cream cheese frosting. Just when I had seen the list, and so I would say,
judging on first glance, you wouldn't think this is a cream cheese brownie, but it is very delicious.
It's super
chocolatey. Very chocolatey. If I had to say what I loved more about it, I loved the crust area more than the top area, which is probably more of the cream cheese.
Yeah. And I would say I'm going to be skewered for this, I would say. But I am not a huge fan of additional chocolate inside of brownies. I feel like brownies are packed with chocolate already. And I don't necessarily need like big chunks of chocolate in addition to.
Now,
if this was like a fluffier cake, a chocolate cake that's a little bit fluffier, I can take a little bit more chocolate. My wife does one that is, like a fluffy chocolate cake with chunks of chocolate, and I feel like that is a perfect mixture. Whereas with a brownie that is so dense and then with chocolate on top, it almost puts a little too sweet, but the taste is there. It's an awesome taste. I would say that this is like a very, very good brownie.
No,
how do you like the white portion, like what would maybe be the cheese portion, cream cheese one?
Well, I like it. Well, the thing, it's moist. Like, I feel like a brownie makes a brownie if it's moist. It has to be moist. Sometimes there's brownies out there that are a little too dry, and it's definitely moist, which I like. Cream cheese it's good. It's not my best I've ever had, but it's good. I think separate, like, if all in one bite, the flavors combined make it really good, though.
Yeah. All righty. What are you giving on taste then?
I did 3s across the board.
I did 3, so 3 on taste, 3 on texture, and 2 on appearance. I just feel like it's hard. Like I wouldn't look at that. If I went to a place where there were multiple brownies, that would not be one that would stick out to me and say, oh, that's a great brownie. So.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of brownie, unless it's like a peanut butter, I always like to imagine it, obviously being dark, looking like a brownie, and maybe at most maybe having a caramel or a brownie peanut butter swirl going through it, maybe, or whatever they want to put in it.
Yeah, it's delicious though. I thought the taste was really good.
Delicious to the taste and very desirable.
So this next one is the Sweet Tooth Fairy Super Extra Bars. Has everything on it, it says, and it really does have everything on it. I mean,
first glance, you see Oreo, you see probably a Heath bar there.
Yep.
M&M minis.
M&Ms, yeah. And inside there's chocolate. I mean, this is packed full of everything.
Now this looks good. Okay. Show us the inside. What does it look like, Ben? Oh, nice. Ooh, that looks delightful.
Yeah, I would say, surprisingly, I mean, it looks like it would just be this sugar rush, and it is, but not so much that I don't want to take another bite. Because I feel like I judge desserts by that. It's like, how much can I eat of this dessert?
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like with some things, if you eat enough of, like, example, if you sit around and eat too many Krispy Kreme donuts, I feel like they all start tasting the same. There's nothing unique.
Yeah.
But yeah. I agree with that, because it starts to lose its flavor.
Right. And, like the desire to go back for another bite is, if it's so sugary that it makes your teeth zing, then you're not going to go back for a bite. I mean, this is very, very over the top. And I feel like this is a dessert that you go out and you can tell friends or people and say, oh my gosh, you need to try this everything bar, because it really is everything.
Okay, I'm going in for my bite.
All right, let's see it.
I think you nailed it on the head perfectly. Not too overwhelming.
Yeah.
It is sugary, but not like yeah, I would enjoy another bite or two.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just eat the whole thing every time, I guess.
I would say that texture-wise, I really like it. It's one of my favorite things is to have texture in differing portions of a bite. So I'd say this is going to score pretty high on texture. Taste, I feel like it is super rich. And so that taste portion is going to probably be brought down a little bit, but appearance, you look at it and people I think are just wowed because of everything on it. It's just a crazy looking dessert. So I would say appearance is going to be a little bit higher. So
yeah, I guess I look at it and it looks really fun. I agree. Taste, yeah, I agree with that. And then texture, I like it because I can grab it by the bottom firmly. And, it's softer on top, so I have a firm grasp where I feel like with the brownie before that, you couldn't do that. So, I can enjoy it without it falling apart.
Yeah. No, I like that. All right. Great Harvest Mint Brownie. So I need to just pull back a little bit because I'm a huge mint brownie fan. Almost any place I go, I search out the mint brownie because I feel like the mint for me is that fresh balance. You have this really rich dessert, and then the mint is the fresh balance that really drives you or keeps you coming back. So I'm going to take my first bite because I've been wanting to take a bite of this one. It is a hefty brownie. I mean, it is big.
Yeah, you could throw it out a window and that window will break. I mean, it's thick. It's a brick.
Yeah. I feel like the ratio of frosting to brownie looks about right. I usually like maybe just a tiny bit less frosting. So
I was going to say I know you're more of a cake to frosting ratio type guy.
Yeah. So if it was just a little bit less, I'd probably prefer it a little bit more, but let's see on taste and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
That's good. And that's a good natural mint flavor. Not necessarily like a candy cane flavor. I would say,
Mm-hmm.
which I think some of them border on. So why don't you go and taste it and tell me what you think? Are you a mint fan or are you not a mint fan?
It's still my first choice, but I like it. Like, I never purposely seek out mint flavors.
Yeah.
It's weird because it has like two flavors. It kicks in your initial bite, and then you get the follow-up flavor. Like, it's two different strong flavors. Did you catch that?
Uh-huh.
It's super moist. I really like that. I like moist brownies.
I'm at a disadvantage right now. I need my
Milk.
preferred drink. Yes, I need a drink of milk. I should text my wife to see.
Halftime.
Yeah. But I would say this is like texture-wise, it could use a little bit, like I would have loved to have the brownie being a little bit chewier. I feel like that is the variable texture for brownies, because right now it is just one texture as you kind of bite through. I mean, yeah, the frosting is softer, but like there's
I like the texture on it, but I can agree with what you're saying. Yeah, where there shouldn't be one solid layer across the board there. It should be. And a lot of people do like edge pieces. Have you seen those things on Amazon where you can buy edge piece like?
Oh, I'm one of those. I prefer an edge over anything.
But have you seen those things on Amazon where you can buy just it's like a tin where you can put back,
yes.
And it's just all edge pieces?
Yes, that is me. I've had that in my shopping cart multiple times to buy, but I've never pulled the trigger. So
I'm gonna get it. Yeah. I like the texture. I guess it could be a little less moist. I can see what you're saying. I can see that there. It's hard to swallow though. It's really not hard to swallow, but it's getting stuck on the way down.
Yeah. No, I gave it a 4 on taste because I actually really liked it and felt like the balance was there. Texture was 3 because it could have used more, and then appearance was 3 because I thought it looked really delicious, but I felt like it didn't look so delicious that I was like wanting to just like hug
pay
it.
A premium for it.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Okay. This next one my wife really wants to try from Schmidt's.
Okay. This one looks legit. This one, this is awesome. I don't know if people.
You can see you can see the layers in there, and it looks sick. You got your chocolate and
there's like toasted marshmallow on top.
Marshmallow. I don't know if that's graham cracker pie crust or what, but it looks amazing.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm wondering if it's, is it just like a blondie brownie, or does it have butterscotch or peanut butter? Like that. This makes me want to try it. I'm just looking at it and thinking, I want to try it.
It's flirting with you for sure. It's tempting you.
All right.
I'll dig in.
Looks like it has some like chewiness to it.
It's chewy. It's not very chocolatey though, which you can see that. It's not as chocolate as I expected, unless I just got a disproportionate bite. Definitely more leaning towards the graham cracker pie crust flavor out of my bite, though. Go ahead and you take it and tell me what you think. I guess technically these are dessert bars. They're not technically brownies.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
but I like it.
Yeah. I think it's actually really good. And honestly, this is the closest dessert thing that I've tasted that really tastes like a s'more that you're cooking over a fire.
Totally.
I think you're right on the graham cracker crust. It comes in strong, where I feel like in other desserts that are marked s'mores, it's always the chocolate or the marshmallow that is
overpowering.
Yeah, and I feel like the graham is leading on this, which I guess it's totally fine if that's part of its charm, part of the graham. The one thing I would say, I wish it had more marshmallow. I feel like I got enough chocolate, but I did get a chocolate bite. I felt like I didn't get the marshmallow aftertaste that sometimes you get with s'mores over the fire, because usually like the marshmallow is kind of like hanging overside, and that's almost like the last thing you're tasting. Whereas like this one, I could use a little bit more marshmallow.
Maybe you should flip it upside down and see what happens. Take the bite there. That way you get the marshmallow first.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's try that.
See if your opinion changes.
Oh, it lingered longer.
No one thinks about that. What angle am I going to bite? Okay, I better not eat any more of that or my wife will get mad. Speaking of s'mores, I'm getting a s'mores cake this week from the chocolate. I'm very excited about.
Oh my gosh. I love the chocolate.
Good.
But okay. I gave it a 4 because I think that is delicious and I would eat that.
I'm going to give it, I thought the texture was good. It didn't fall apart. It wasn't too sticky. I'm going to give it 4, and I thought it looked really pretty, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, where's this from?
This one is the Back Alley Bakery.
Have you been there before?
I have. Have you?
No, I don't even know where. I've never even heard of it before.
So, I'm pretty sure this is the same one. I had their cinnamon roll where it had like they put it in the skillet, cooked it, and had the frosting dolloped on top. It was really good, and especially because it's a fresh cinnamon roll. So I'm actually really excited to try these because
Where's it located at?
Provo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So not in your neck of the woods, but definitely.
But where I used to, my old stomping grounds, I love Provo.
That's true. Worth a drive if you're going down there. So definitely somewhere I would meet you guys and we could have a meal after this crazy quarantine.
I still got to take you to Bajío in Provo.
Oh, okay. I'm up for any time, you know.
Okay, let's do it. You have to see, but I've never seen you like eat a vegetable. So I mean, maybe you don't, Steph doesn't like vegetables either. But this salad is so sweet and delicious. You got to try it. Just
because I said that eggplant was the worst thing I've ever seen or tried in my life, doesn't mean I don't like any vegetable.
There's no eggplant on it, so we're good there.
I almost think it's blasphemous to even talk about eggplant with like these desserts in front of me. So.
Oh yeah, man, it's starting to dilute the flavor.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one. This one is the Carmelito.
We got some oats. You got some caramel. Oh, there's a little chocolate on there. Definitely getting your bang for your buck on size here.
Yeah. I really like it. If you look on the bottom too, so you have oat texture on the top and on the bottom. So this is basically like an oat bar with chocolate and caramel just mixed in, just like almost like pounded and formed into a bar. It's
I like it.
Yeah,
I love caramel. I love chocolate. They used to have amazing cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory, the Dutch apple caramel streusel. It was my favorite cheesecake there, and they got rid of it. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, let's see what you like. I think this is the same debate that you have with chocolate chip cookies, whether you do chocolate chip cookies with or without oats, because I feel like the same person that's going to like a chocolate chip cookie with oats is going to love this cookie. But a person that doesn't have that love for oats is not going to maybe love this.
So if we got rid of the oats, it'd just be graham cracker, pie crust, caramel, and chocolate?
Well, you'd have to do more of like a cookie, cookie type crust on the top and the bottom. Because I feel like the thing that is good about this are the oats and that crunch to it. I feel like that's the texture piece that really draws me in. But like I said, there are people that love and that hate it. And so this is going to be one of those that if you love the oats, you're going to love it.
And then to really make it worse, there's people out there who love raisins in their cookies. Like, that's a perfectly wasted a good cookie to not put chocolate chips in it if you're going to put raisins in it.
What's the matter with raisins? I like raisins.
Put raisin. Who likes raisin cookies?
Hey, Oatmeal raisin cookies, once in a while, are really good.
Maybe if I'm in the Great Depression, which we very may be heading into.
No, there's some logic to it because it provides like an extra little bit of moisture, and it's not like the fermentation, but the taste of the raisin like comes through and blends with all the oats. I am a raisin fan, and I'm sometimes scared to show it because there are so many haters that just make me feel bad about it.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. I will say though, whenever you're like at a large community party and they have those 3 sets of cookies from Costco, you know, the chocolate.
Nobody eats the real
No one eats the raisin ones. That's all that's left every time. But no, it's okay. My grandma, she loves the raisin cookie from Parsons. It's like her favorite cookie. And then also, I guess back in the days, UCMI used to have the best raisin cookies that you can. The internet's online somewhere, so people love them. It's not the most popular, but people love them.
Guess what? I'm saying in 2021, raisins are gonna have come back. People are gonna start liking them. Just kidding. I'm throwing that out. I know that's not gonna happen.
Start seeing raisins and cakes and brownies and
it honestly will just take one good baker to make raisins popular again. Trust me. And I'm putting that challenge out there. Can somebody make raisins popular again?
I will say I do like white chocolate craisin cookies. Do you have those?
Yeah, those are good.
Those are really good.
Yeah. All right. So I would say taste, it was super rich for me. So I kind of brought it down where like I liked it, but it's only something I could have like a good sliver of. But it was good. I felt like the taste, like you could bring out, like the caramel wasn't totally overshadowed by the chocolate, and you could actually taste the oats as well. And I enjoy oats and cookies and dessert, so I would give it a solid 3. As for texture, I'd give it a 5. That was like my favorite for texture, just because there was the crunch and it had some density to it. I would say that was a good texture to me.
Yeah, taste-wise, it was rich, but like I said, it's a good balance of flavor. There's not something too overpowering compared to anything else. Yeah. It's definitely, I give it a 3.5. Texture, I agree. 5 it's really good. And appearance, I mean, when I see that, like, I don't know, sometimes I look at this and I'm like, oh, it looks like an apple pie crust is what the first thing I thought when I looked at it. So, I mean, it looks appealing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 5 on appearance at least. But that's my own personal taste and preference.
Well, you know, if you like, if that's you, that's you. I'm just kidding. Okay. Number 6, this is Brownies Brownies Brownies. Have you ever had Brownies Brownies Brownies?
I have not. I've heard of it though. So
you walk into their shop and they just have this crazy variety of brownies just in their showcase. It's like it's a little overwhelming because it's all the brownies you've thought of in your life. Like, oh, like how do you dress up a brownie, or how could you just make this like an elegant brownie? And they've done it. Like there's so many cool flavors. I actually did a s'more brownie that had marshmallow and graham cracker, and I thought it was really good. So
that's cool.
Pretty excited to try this one. And the flavor on this one is the raz brownie. Kind of like raspberry.
So if you can see it, it's kind of like an Oreo style brownie. You got white frosting, you got cream in the middle, and you got some frosting on top.
Yeah,
I like that. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's on the inside. I don't want to break it apart before I take a bite. Okay. Are you taking a bite or am I taking a bite?
I'll go for it.
Looks like you're unsure.
It's good. It's not my favorite though. I'm not a real chocolate raspberry guy.
Oh, I'm not a chocolate raspberry fan either.
And so I don't really like them together. I like raspberry on its own. but it is very good. It is rich. I'm curious to see what you think.
The thing is I wouldn't even consider this like chocolate raspberry. I mean, it is chocolate raspberry, but not under the traditional sense of a tart raspberry with rich chocolate. Because in that sense, I don't think I am. However, I don't know if I'm just on like a fruitier kick right now, but that frosting is so good.
Sometimes what I like to do too, I'm weird, maybe you don't do this, but I like to dissect things and eat them as individual things. Like right now I'm pulling the frosting off the top.
Oh yeah, no, try the raspberry frosting by itself.
The raspberry frosting by itself is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I get it. I get that, like the raspberry chocolate mixture. That one's not my favorite, which is kind of weird because I love chocolate strawberries, but not chocolate raspberries. I'm not sure why.
If you could take this frosting and like mix it with a graham cracker pie crust type base, I think I would personally love it. I don't know if everyone else would love it, but I would go crazy for it.
Yeah. So I dissected a little bit on the bottom portion, and the texture and the type of brownie I think is phenomenal based on it's moist. It has some crunchiness, like a crunchy layer on the bottom, which is my thing because you get a little bit of crunch, but then it's like really soft. I think the only problem with it, however, it could be part of the philosophy, is it doesn't have a lot of great taste to it. Like I can't eat this brownie by itself and be satisfied. But because they do 2 levels of frosting and so much to it, like I think that's has to be part of how it comes together, because the frosting is what helps bring the flavors together. And that's the only problem is, but that's true. You wouldn't want a really sweet brownie and then have really sweet toppings, because then it would just be overwhelming.
Trying to feel that frosting in the middle. Nope.
Is it just a normal cream?
Yeah. And again, I'm to the point where I've eaten so many different desserts, like everything's starting to taste the same.
But I guess like my question on this interior one, what does it add except moisture? Like it doesn't have like a really strong taste to it that like blends into it.
No, it's not as prevalent or strong, that's for sure.
All right. Well, I like the taste on that one when you took the bite, especially the frosting. But it definitely wasn't my favorite on the taste. But it's definitely like in the upper half, I would say.
I would give it I really like the raspberry frosting with everything. I could have take it or leave it. So I'm going to give it a 3 if I'm rating the whole thing. Appearance, yeah. I'm going to skip texture. Appearance, I think it looked very beautiful.
Yeah.
Texture, it's not sticky. It's a solid brownie. In the mouth, it kind of, everything blends together.
Yeah.
I don't know, what are your thoughts? I'll probably give it a 3 on texture too. Maybe you might disagree.
I gave it a little bit higher in texture. I felt like the crispy layer and then having everything kind of come together. I gave it a 4. I mean, it wasn't perfect.
I feel like mine's not really crispy. So
I might have got a different one. There's just
there's one crispy layer right here. I see it. Okay.
And I feel like that's
yeah, that does make a difference. There you go. You're the same. Yeah, I think I'll stay with mine. But I can see where you're coming from.
Okay. Well, that was a good mix. I am fully just up to here with sugar, but I'm totally okay with that because I've prepared for this. All right, let's hear number 6. What's the one that's at your bottom right now?
In 6th place?
Yeah.
Okay, let's count them up. So that one is 4. So number 1 and number 2, surprisingly, were my tied for 5th and 6th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I same thing. Number 1 and 2 were 5 and 6 as well.
I feel like if we could, at least in my opinion, if you could have got the bottom half of number 1's brownie and plucked it with number 6's, I would have liked it more.
Yeah.
I just would have liked a little more from that brownie, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I like even like a layer of frosting or something that like gave it a little dynamic flavor to it.
Yeah. I mean, they're still good desserts. Like, just because they're the lowest, it doesn't mean I wouldn't have them.
Oh, no. I would buy that. Going to Kneaders, I would definitely buy that. It's a very good brownie. It's very moist.
And I'd take those over, those crappy store-made brownies too. So it's still a great brownie.
Any day.
And then, what was your 5th? That was a tie for 5 and 6 for me. What was your 6th and 5th?
So my 6th was the Kneaders, and then my 5th was the Sweet Tooth. And the only reason why on the Sweet Tooth is it was so sugary, and it did kind of stop me. Like I wanted one more bite, but after I took a little smaller bite after that second one, like I was like done, and I was like, ooh, I will have to like drink a half gallon of milk on this one. And it's something I would go out and do and want to show people, just like, hey, like this is a crazy bar, like why don't you try it? It's just not an everyday one or like all the time type dessert.
I think that'd be popular. I mean, especially let's say you take your kids to the store, they see that or to the bakery, and they see it and they're like, oh, look, it has everything on it. That's definitely, at least if I was a kid, right? I mean, I still am a kid, but I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah. So my number 4, which it's kind of funny, it went in line, was the mint brownie. Like just happenstance. I actually really like that brownie, and that's where I feel like the competition really is really high on these, because I really like the taste and I like the mint brownie. I think Great Harvest did a great job on them. It's just there are some that have scored higher, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. That was actually it was my 4th place, the brownie.
Yep.
Yeah, that was mine. Yep, we're the same there.
And then for 2nd and 3rd, I actually have a tie.
I have a tie for 1st and 2nd, so that's good. Let's hear your 3rd and 2nd.
So my 2nd and 3rd tie is the Backdoor Bakery Carmelito and the Brownies Brownies Brownies. So I tied those both at 11.
Okay.
And I felt like that seems appropriate. Like I'm having a hard time choosing between those two, because I felt like they were a higher level, but I don't know if they were like the number 1. But again, it just goes to show that the competition is really high on these. So
yes.
Well, what's your 3rd then?
My 3rd place winner was Brownies Brownies Brownies.
Okay.
Which yeah, it's good. It was good. I mean, all honesty, I thought it was good, but it wasn't my favorite, which I think it's still a great brownie. It was very beautiful.
Sure.
Tons of a bit of variety. So yeah, and then like I said, I tied for 1st and 2nd. I would have been, the caramel one would have been in 1st, but it went from the 3.5 to 3 on taste. But they both tied. So with the Schmidt's and who makes the caramel one?
Backdoor Bakery.
Backdoor Bakery. They're both. I really love like caramel and graham cracker pie crust mixed together. Like graham cracker pie crust. I mean, that's no surprise to me that both these win, because they both have the graham cracker pie crust. Like I love.
Yeah. No, I was a little bit surprised that nothing scored above the Schmidt's, the s'more bar. However, when I think back to it, if I was to take a bite of any one of these right now, it would probably be that s'mores bar. I'd probably want to go back to that one and finish it. And hopefully you didn't eat enough of it that Kev, I was going to say, make sure Kev can try it.
She's excited.
It's my favorite.
She would divorce me if I didn't give her any of that.
So Kev, have you had it before then?
Yeah, it's even better heated up.
Okay. I'm glad that I saved half of mine, because I'm going to go downstairs, microwave it, and get a glass of milk and probably really enjoy it and not tell my wife that I even did
It's
this.
life-changing.
Yeah, don't tell Brooke. That'd be a mistake.
Which she'll watch this later on and be like, what? You had something? So well. No, this was fun, and I feel like this is something that people can do in quarantine. I mean, it just goes to show that like Zoom can be done at, and other things can be done on Zoom, not just like meetings or like saying hi to family. Like I feel like doing a taste off like this has been actually really fun. We haven't been able to get together for over a month, and so it's kind of fun to like talk through desserts because I can talk forever on dessert.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, in a business setting, a lot of these people who are working from home and working on Zoom calls, they get lonely or they want something more fun to do with their friends other than work, or their colleagues more than work. So this is a fun, like, activity you can do with people.
Yeah. And I was even talking to Christy today, and she said that they're thinking about doing like corporation type things. And so I wonder even
this is what this was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
This is the prototype.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a perfect way to do it. I mean, because I have a lot of close coworkers in the area, and it's totally going to make me go to my coworkers and say, hey, let's do this. This would be totally fun because we've been missing the connection. All we do is jump on and talk about business, and so it'd be nice to talk about something fun and eat a bunch of desserts. So
that'd be fun.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I have loved doing this. Let's plan on doing another one in the future, and hopefully Instagram Live finally gets it together and we can do it.
Yeah,
live.
that was bad. It would have been a lot. I mean, we'd probably still be on number 3 right now. At Instagram Live, but it'd be more fun, to interact with everyone.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like everybody being able to comment and chime in and us being able to interact. Next time, let's do it next time.